Was the Charlie Kirk Memorial the best event that has happened in my generation, in Gen Z's entire life? Yes. Why? Because what they did was they invited God into this place through 3 hours of worship, through Charlie's pastor coming out and talking. They invited God into this place. And then they had speakers, some of the most high-profile political speakers that one could imagine, and even friends come in. They had their friends talk. They had J.D. Vance, the president, Ben Carson, Marco Rubio, Tulsi Gabbard. You can say it was just one side of the aisle, but they even had Tulsi, who was a previous Democrat who ran for political office of the highest office in the country. And they all said a continuous theme. That theme was the reason Charlie had such a wild, incredible ministry in truth was because he followed Jesus Christ to the end, from the beginning to the end, in his big things and his small things, on camera and off camera. He followed God. Now, these speeches crescendoed up to the final climax explosion where everything shifted. And that was when Erica Kirk, the amazing, beloved wife of Charlie, came up and she forgave the man who killed her husband. She looked up to God with tears in her eyes and she said, God, I forgive him. And all of us there wanted to fall over and weep. I had to think about breathing properly so I didn't fall and start weeping. And it was because they invited God into this place, said that change happens when you follow God fully, and then in front of everyone, Erica followed God fully, submitted to him, and did what Jesus said, and that was forgive her enemies. Forgive the man who killed her husband. And she could have called 100,000 people to go and burn down people, businesses, whatever she wanted to throw it at. And it was that progression that made it powerful. I don't think many realized, but everyone felt it. When you follow Jesus, things happen, and it's powerful. And she showed that in person, live, and in color. D.L. Moody said, "The world has yet to see what God can do with a man fully yielded to him." And that's what we saw. We saw one man who died at 31, and he did more than 100 men have done in their lifetimes. And he did it by doing one thing, and that was submitting himself fully to God and doing the mission that God had called him to. And that entire event revolved around that Charlie Kirk was remembered for his courage and his faith.